Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Scuffed replay series. Scuffed because, well, look at it. We have a Div B East matchup played earlier this week between the Maniacs and Trolls4Aiur. Now, full disclosure, I am on a not-so-great laptop with a headset I don't typically use, so the audio is going to be bad. The replay navigation itself, not going to be great. But I'm going with the some sort of cast is better than no cast theory. So hopefully you can work with me there a little bit. I'm going to try my best to get through this. It's been crashing as well, sometimes in the middle of the replay. So if this is a complete dumpster fire, I will never do this again, and I'll only do it on my home computer. But if it works, then I can do a lot more replay casts, and hopefully this is sufficient enough for people that they'll still enjoy it. So, like I said, we have a Div B East matchup between Animaniacs and Trolls4Aiur, and let's get to it. For the side of the Animaniacs, we have Fading Cheshi on Zagara, Pina Colada on ETC, Jaws on Tassadar, Tonley playing the Anduin and Tuesdays Free on Leo. And from right to left, we have Trolls4Aiur. Wait a minute, are they backwards? They're backwards, aren't they? Oh no, the teams are backwards. Okay. Because this team over here is actually Trolls4Aiur. Luckily, because of my super sophisticated OBS setup, I can just switch the names, and that'll be fine. The Animaniacs were technically the home team and should have been on the other side. Not a big deal. Alright. We're back. From right to left, Animaniacs, we have Burkett's 9 playing Falstad, Django, D is Silent Hillbilly, on the Varian, Asmo Don Trump playing the Nazebo, Sir Watson on Lucio, and in the bottom lane we have Sodium on the Deathwing. So you'll notice it's already very choppy. And in fact, it's so choppy, I'm going to try to turn down some of the settings so that hopefully it doesn't explode. Okay. So I know it looks like we're playing Halo in 2004, but we have both teams already split up here in the top and bottom lanes. Falstad Leo on the top, Tassadar and Sodium on that Deathwing here in the bottom lane. Pina Colada on tank, zoning for his Tassadar. Meanwhile, the mid lane, wow, this is really bad. If it doesn't just smooth out soon, I might just call this and try again later, because it is horrible, honestly. Most of my casting is just me commenting on how poorly the quality of the cast is, and that's just not fun for anybody. Leo decides to head bottom while Cheshi comes here into the top lane. Zagara left unchecked on this map can do wonders for pushing a side lane. Take a quick look at our level 1 talents here. Prog Rock from the ETC. Something you don't typically see every day. Well, that's pretty standard across the board. Hammer build, spiders from the Zebo. Each team going to their camps, trying to get those siege camps out in a timely manner. This is the main objective of this map. Okay, we seem to have stabilized here a little bit. It's running a little bit smoother, so we're chilling. I think we could do this. Asmodon, Trump, and Sir Watson trying to clear some creep along their way. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Tuesday Free beating up on Sodium there. It's a tough matchup for the Deathwing to play into that Leo. You see here in the mid lane, a relatively free clear here for the side of Trolls. Good slide there onto Lucio, but he's not terribly afraid of anything. A little bit of damage onto the mid wall here of the Animaniacs. Anduin hits a stun onto Watson. So while Trolls4Aiur do have a lot of damage, they don't have a lot of kill pressure. They really don't have something that can actually finish a kill. You know, they don't have that like strong auto attacker. You can kind of call Zagara an auto attacker, but let's see what kind of build we're going for here. Yeah, it's Medusa Blade, so it's kind of sort of like a double mage split push type of situation we got going on here for the Trolls. But kind of same could be said for the side of Animaniacs as well, kind of the double mage. It's kind of like a 4-mage situation here on Alterac. So it's really going to come down to who can macro the best. Main objectives are up again. You see the Tassadar, Anduin, the old 1-2 punch over here. Getting over to the camp in a timely manner. Meanwhile, Animaniacs a little bit late, but a little bit ahead in XP on the map. No structure damage in the top lane. Really like to see the Zagara throwing some banelings at these towers. You can clear a lane very quickly to try to get as much pressure as possible onto this top wall. Tuesday's Free doing an okay job of that as well. A little bit of pressure here in the bottom lane, but meanwhile, Siege Camp pushing for the side of the Trolls. Pina Colada leading the charge with Jaws and Tonley behind. Asmodon Trump does get slid. Good wall and a beautiful route from the Anduin, but they're very much highlighting what I was saying earlier. Not a lot of kill pressure. Even with a ton of CC, the Nazebo's going to be able to walk away. But good push here from the side of Trolls4Aiur. They do get the tower. They get this mid wall. Well, all the walls for the Trolls are very much intact. In fact, this is the only one that's actually taken damage here. Oh, and actually it hasn't. Excuse me, hasn't. Both teams not really trying to gank at all. It looks like maybe now they're coming down to mess with this Leo a little bit. But Leo, not exactly the most gankable of targets. He takes some spiders, but he's going to be able to E out. Big engage here from Pina Colada, and a beautiful wall behind. Catches Don Asmo. Don Trump? Don Asmo? What's his name? Don Trump. As he says, my bad. It's a good catch there from Pina. And they're going to try to force this objective. Now, the irritating as hell thing about Deathwing on this particular map is his ability to stall, which he immediately gives up on and decides to land bottom lane. So, good news for the Trolls. They should be able to pretty much secure up this objective. See Falstad trying to come in here. Good route from Tonley. Sir Watson trying to be irritating with that Lucio and doing a relatively effective job of it. Big engage on the bottom lane there. Good stun from Sodium, but Jaws able to sneak out of there just in time before getting burned to death. Big wave pushing here. And I think this is ultimately the plan of Trolls4Aiur here, is to kind of have the Zagara split pushing the entire time while they stall the objective. They have okay stall with the Tassadar, with that Anduin, but there's a good taunt onto Jaws. The pull has to come out from Anduin. And now Django taking a little bit of damage, but for the most part, Animaniac's very healthy here. Jaws getting really low in the back line. Not catching that heal there from his Anduin. There's an Entomb onto Django. No Gust yet is chosen. Now here comes the Gust, but it's too little too late. The break it down from Lucio late as well, and Varian's going to be the second to fall here for the Animaniacs. But consolation prize, Maniacs do get that objective started. So even though it's a 4-on-5, they're still able to do that just because the health bars for the Trolls4Aiur are so low. Light Bomb onto Tuesday's free is going to miss. Jaws staying back to try to cap. He does. Oh, that's really bad. I can't do that. Level 10's online for both teams. Let's take a quick look at the ultimates there. We saw quite a few of them already. It is the Gust. It's going to be Bellowing War, Shield Wall, Ravenous Spirit, and Sound Barrier for the Lucio. And then for the side of Trolls4Aiur, we do have Light Bomb, Mosh Pit, Entomb, Devouring Maw, and Black Hole. Several of those which we saw excuse me, on display already. 15 out of 20 globes for the ETC. Tassadar nearly halfway through his quest. Excuse me, I thought I muted before I coughed. My apologies. So far, everything is going relatively well for the Trolls4Aiur and Maniacs. Just not able to quite find an angle, but they have a Dezebo that needs to scale. And once he does, they're going to be a lot scarier team. Here we have an engage on the mid lane. Tassadar does get taunted, but there's just no follow-up damage. So taunt is down for a bit. Huge Q from Jaws, who throws out a black hole just to stop the Dezebo from doing any more damage. Meanwhile, Sodium sneaking this objective here. There's a light bomb onto a Deathwing that cannot be light bombed. A big taunt on the back lane. Pina Colada is there to peel. Leo is the first to fall, but it's a really nice mosh, and down goes Varian. Just a little late on the break it down from the Lucio. Sir Watson really taking a lot of damage here. Great stun again from Pina Colada. And down goes Lucio. So it's a 2-for-1, and really, Leo is only like a half. Sodium gonna ultimate out. Asmodon Trump getting a parting cue for the Tassadar on the way out the door. Now Pina Colada trying to cap it, and he's going to be able to. Sodium just a little bit outside of range to get that puddle underneath him. And first objective here looks to be going safely to the side of Trolls4Aiur. But Animaniacs do pick up a kill in that exchange, taking out that Leo. Briquettes here in the top lane going to be clearing. Let's do this. Is there a way to hide this bar? I don't know. It's just been there the whole time. Django gets caught by the Tassadar wall, but no harm, no foul. Let's take a look here in the top lane. It is Zagara versus a Falstad. I'm not entirely sure who would win that in a 1v1. My money is on the Falstad if he is auto attack build at 4, and he is. But here's a nice engage again from Pina. Good gust though, and now Trolls4Aiur is in a little bit of a trouble here. The Mosh is okay, but unfortunately it's under the tower, and the black hole is a little bit late to save the beef. So Arby's goes down in the bottom lane here. Tuesday free, almost getting this entire fort. But for the most part, the Animaniacs doing a really good job mitigating the damage after a little bit of a pause there. Only losing one fort here at level 14s. Not terrible. As we get back into it here, both siege camps again taken from each team. How many stacks are we at on the Falstad here? It is 56. Nazebo fully stacked. Let's see how he's doing on 111 on his Voodoo. So not bad. People are shading towards this top boss. Pina Colada sniffs it out. Slide on to Varian does miss. And now you see the rest of Trolls4Aiur coming here to this top lane, looking for something. Entomb is up. And with mid lane push in favor of, actually in favor of nobody, everything's going to die relatively quick here. Briquette just trying to clear the camp here for her team. His team. I assume Briquette would be a female, but really nice slide there again on Lucio. There's an Entomb. And the boop. Okay, I learned something there. The boop actually booped him through the Leo Entomb, which is kind of crazy. And a Deathwing doesn't have great siege. However, left unchecked for a while with a minion wave, Sodium doing a ton of damage to this bottom fort for the side of the Animaniacs.
Free our soldiers and show the Horde what the Stormpipe Guard can do.
And now it looks like, I mean, they're going to try to do this boss again, but yet again, Pina Colada is here. Trolls4Aiur very much on top of things. Leo ends up killing the Deathwing in the bottom lane here as a mosh onto the variant again. Lucio ends up walking into it this time. A beautiful light bomb this time from the Anduin, and Lucio is going to go down as well. So well played there by Trolls4Aiur. The light bomb combo finally connects. Another excellent mosh there from Pina. Falstad can be able to save this mid fort, but temporarily. This thing could just be breathed on and go down. Meanwhile, top boss is being captured here with 3 members of the Animaniacs still down. It's 7-2 in kills in favor of Trolls4Aiur. Tuesday Freeze kind of getting messed up here by the Deathwing. One more Q could potentially kill the Leo, but alas, presses E, runs away, tail tucked. And it looks like Trolls4Aiur are shading to the bottom lane. Jaws here going to try to finish this tower, and wisely does. Good job. Good play there. Pina Colada sliding the Deathwing, if nothing else, but to assert dominance. As the Trolls4Aiur look to take this bottom fort, I hope. Surely Tuesday's on it. Yeah. 3 members of the side of the Animaniacs, or 4 now, have decided to take on the task of lowering the health on this boss. It's not going to get a whole lot, but does get a tower in the top lane. Meanwhile, this boss on the bottom lane for Trolls4Aiur is going to be captured here momentarily, and that's going to be pushing the bottom lane keep. Animaniacs say, that's fine, you can have the boss. We're going to start this objective, though. Both teams with excellent wave clear. I can see this game going pretty late. Oh my god, it does. I just checked the time on this game. And hold on to your butts, folks. We're not even halfway through. Jaws taking a lot of damage there. Leo is in there and surviving really well. Again, a huge mosh. And here's the light bomb combo landing as well. Briquette a little bit late on the gust, but does get a counter kill on that Tassadar. Beautifully done. Pina Colada really doing a great job with these moshes. And it seems like just the first couple of light bombs were warm-ups for Tonlay, who lately has been just nailing them. Fading Cheshi going to be capturing this objective here for the side of Trolls4Aiur. Meanwhile, this boss here in the bottom lane doing some pretty sizable damage to that keep now, as level 20s are around the corner. Which does get a lot scarier for Trolls4Aiur. I think Animaniacs with that wind tunnel, you always have a win condition, right? The upgrade 20s for Nazebo are really strong as well. I'll have to see how it plays out. Trolls4Aiur are down a person here, and it looks like they are well aware of that. Tuesday Free is going to be trying to stall this as much as possible. Zagara doing a great job being irritating as well on the point. There is a light bomb. Beautiful slide across too, but the Deathwing is doing terrible, terrible damage. Oh my goodness, the breath absolutely fries the beef. But thankfully for Trolls4Aiur, they did get the objective, but they are going to be losing the war here. Oh, really nice pull there from Tonlay. Able to save Cheshi. Tassadar taking a lot of damage. Gotta have your Tassadar alive for this, to clear this lane up here in a timely manner, and they do. Trolls4Aiur lose the battle, win the war. They lost 2 heroes, but they ended up capping the objective. Objective here with the wave clear that the Animaniacs have is not going to do a whole lot. Especially because they get to start clearing it so far out. Nazebo just smokes the objective here. I would be shocked if this building goes down, and no, it's not even going to be close. Decent sized push here, but they really can't be here, especially with a Taunt Variant, and here comes the Taunt Variant now. And here comes a Gust as well. It does catch Cheshi out. The Wind Tunnel blows blows the Zagara back into the Deathwing. As Don Trump says, good job to everybody. Must not be on comms tonight. So, with Zagara being down, what can the Animaniacs do? They're down 3 kills, but more importantly, they're down 3 buildings. They don't have outstanding siege outside of that Nazebo. Looks like they're just going to be very content clearing up this mid-camp. Yeah, this is just very risky. Again, they don't have a Zagara here. It's a 4-on-5 with the Falstad up and running here. Looks like Animaniacs are looking to push this mid-fort. There's a taunt. Good pull, though, from the Anduin. And now Fading Cheshi is here. Looking for maybe a Mosh, not quite. Tuesday's Freeze looking for an Entomb. It's Shroud, so it's not buried alive.
Time for some action. Let's free our soldiers and take the fight to the horde.
Zagara does so much damage now, though. You can just kind of throw out minions and wait for something good to happen. Pina decides to not rip the Mosh there, despite having 2 people caught in, one of them being that Lucio. And after both teams kind of just stare at each other for a while, they decide to go their separate ways. Animaniacs going into the bottom lane here to clear the lane. But ultimately, this is interesting. Are they going to force boss or just fake that they're doing boss? They're just going to fake that they're doing boss. I mean, they want this fight. They want the Gust engage, right? Yeah, you can see Falstad looking for it. There's a beautiful Gust. But it's an even better Maw there from the Zagara. Breakdown is a little bit early, as Briquette's taking a lot of damage. Fear only lands onto Tuesday's Free, who has that Light Bomb. And Lucio's going to be the first casualty for the Animaniacs. However, beautiful taunt there, as Don Trump, with that Zagara ult, is able to claim the life of Tassadar. Followed there shortly by the Leo. Briquette's trying to clear the lane, trying to do damage as well. If Peanut ends up getting a slide, it would have been bad for him. But Falstad able to get out of there, which is great because that has most of their clear. After it's all said and done, Animaniacs do end up winning that exchange. But they just can't necessarily do anything unless they get a 4 or 5 man wipe. I mean, this is super illegal. Is Gust up? Gust is up right now. And it looks like they're really content just going to the top boss there on the side of the Animaniacs. I think they're ultimately just playing a little bit too aggressive. Or, excuse me, too passive. Like to see them be more aggressive with the Wind Tunnel from Asmodan. Or I read Asmodan. You can't put heroes' names in your people names, okay? It messes me up. So this boss ultimately does nothing. This tower is going to be dead anyway. Everybody can kind of just leave it. This is the thing that's going to get the most value here out of the two bosses. It might take a fort. Meanwhile, Trolls4Aiur able to cap this bottom objective here. Here comes a big engage from the Deathwing. I shouldn't say big engage. It is an engage of sorts. Mostly just to zone them out. Wisely, Maniacs not even worrying about that boss. There's a taunt onto the ETC. Tuesday's Free is looking for something. Here comes the Light Bomb engage, and really well done from the Animaniacs, able to split out. Django taking a lot of damage now as two people are caught by that black hole. Tuesday Free is living forever there with that level 20, but the fear is going to cause him some dismay as the Falstad claims the life of him. The beef goes down as well. Deathmosh is solid in the backline, but Jaws getting super low here. Tonlai doing a great job healing. There is Briquettes with that gust, and does end up catching Jaws out a bit. Does get hit by that stun there. Varian able to follow up with his taunt, and down he goes. This boss got an entire fort and wall and tower of the keep. But this would be... I mean, that's huge. I mean, I know they got four members of Trolls4Aiur, but them losing an additional keep here makes every boss, every objective just that much more scary. With this advantage, you'd like to see the Animaniacs take a fort, especially one as brittle as this. Deathwing comes down, stomps on the camp, and it explodes. Especially when you have a Nazebo too. Just come down here, throw a wall. Throw a wall, throw some fighters, walk away. Nazebo at 195 stacks, but still opting for the Annihilating Spirit upgrade, which I really like. I think the anti-heal on that is very powerful. Oh, I just realized the boss, the core has bars there right where I put the names. Well, okay, here we go. We finally got this bottom fort taken care of, like I was special requesting. I mean, this keep is taken, or not this keep, but the core is taking a lot of damage. Almost half of its health is down. But the first objective in favor of Animaniacs is going to be coming out here. Top lane's in a good state, bottom lane and mid lane are not as much. So it's not going to do a whole lot, but I think ultimately if they end up getting the middle fort, that would be a win for the side of the Animaniacs. And that looks to be the place where they are heading towards. Tuesday's Free, really taking a lot of damage there. Tassadar trying to clean up that top lane. Leo getting very low already. Well, Anduin does get caught there. Big hammer from the Falstad connects. And now it's a 5-man defense here. Here comes Ravenous Spirit from Don Trump. It's doing a fair amount of damage. Tonlai getting really low, and actually Nazebo ends up getting the kill there onto the Anduin. It's a decent mosh, but his team is too low to really do anything with it. Falstad's going to go down. Oh, never mind. I stand 100% corrected. That was an amazing mosh. The black hole from the Tassadar with that level 20 upgrade and the... I mean, this is just an absolute bloodbath. All that is left is basically a quarter of a Leo and the Zagara. So, you would like to think they could end. Wait, can they end? No, right? What is he? Okay, he's going to camp. Yeah, I mean, the keep dies, obviously. They're just going to this camp. How much on boss? 10 on boss, top. Falstad's going to be up. So, you see Asmo talking to his team. I have to assume it's because he's not in comms, which is amazing if that's the case for how well they're doing. To not have one of your like strongest DPS in comms. So yeah, this is crazy. Into a Falstad, you can't do this post 20 unless you have some sort of advantage, and like you do sort of have map pressure, but
Let's take him back.
okay, so they are Animaniacs are gonna see that they were here. Wow, Sir Watson just checks that. The banner there able to spot the lurking beef. I think what's important for here is for the trolls to be very patient. They have map pressure. I mean, look at this top lane. It is scary.
I've got eyes on our
They have plenty of map pressure. They don't have to force anything. Just don't get gusted. Don't get burned to death by the Deathwing. Conflagration doing a ton of damage there. Deathwing actually helping to clear the camp for them. And you can see the Animaniacs are looking for a fight. That they know their win condition is that gust. There's a taunt. I really like the patience here out of the ETC. Big light bomb onto the back line. And Gust this time used to disengage. And thankfully for Trolls4Aiur, so does the sound barrier come out. So that's 2 big ults down just for light bomb. Mosh still online for the ETC. All heroics on cooldown. Yep. Good job by Sodium clearing that lane there. Is this just gonna be a solo Mosh here? Doesn't even look like they need to Mosh. Django getting really low and down he goes. It's a good stun in from Sodium there. I don't think they can end though into this. 20 seconds. Tuesday Free is taking a lot of damage. Yeah, you can't end into this, but you could definitely take a boss with Varian being down now. Sodium on a point is doing so much damage. Holy cow, the Deathwing damage is insane. Tuesday Freeze trying to get a W for the healing, but not able to do so. Where's the 2 minions are the 2 minions were getting gusted away. So despite even being down a Varian, the amount of damage right now. Wow. Tuesday Freeze dead. Alright. Spider's kill? No. Briquette's really taking a lot of damage now from that Tassadar. 4 on 5. Oh, the Q almost connects onto Tuesday. There's a Mosh onto the Nazebo, but the Leo falls. His health bar was just too low. Pina Colada trying to get the Nazebo out of the fight, doing a great job, but Jaws unable to finish the kill. It's a huge Q and a lot of damage going out, but Tassadar the next to fall. And now this next objective is looking very scary for the side of Trolls. Here comes Falstad with a Gust, potentially. No, not finding one, but saw the aftershocks there of the Nazebo ult. Claiming the life with Lucio on the Anduin. And now this keep is as good as dead. Kind of want to see them just run top and take that keep as well. There's really nothing here to stop them from doing so. Briquettes with not enough mana to do anything. You can see the Falstad retreating. Big bottom lane here push. Tuesday's Free and the rest of the squad are doing a good job. They're actually going to try to sneak this boss, which I think is a really solid play. They're not going to give up the objective. You can probably still clear the objective here. This boss is going to be really interesting. And doesn't look like Trolls have, or the Animaniacs have any idea. Now they do. Now it's Sodium's here. Is Falstad going to go, is the question. Does he have Does he have it? I can't even see because I don't have the right OBS. I really like that play there. They are going to lose top, though. That's a shame. Wow, that was a lot of minions cleared all at once. We're talking in the 100,000s of siege here. Yeah, it's getting to that point. When you start talking 30-minute Alterac games. It's all hands on deck here for the side of the Animaniacs. They're just trying to make sure that this boss doesn't take their keep or take their core, which it absolutely could have done uncontested. Trolls4Aiur doing a great job clearing out this objective. They still have one in the bottom lane to clear here, but it looks like it's 5-man top lane, and then they can defend bottom altogether. But the core is kind of paper-mache. With a Nazebo, they may be able just to gust the entire team of Trolls4Aiur off the core and then hit the boss. Because, I mean, wow, look at how much damage that's doing already. So here we go. I would say either way, this is probably going to be a final fight. They're trying to clear the objective as quickly as possible. Where's the Falstad Gust coming from? Conflag doing a good amount of damage. Here comes the Light Bomb, but it looks like, yeah, there's the Gust. All the damage is going on to the core right now. It's a good shield from Lucio, who does end up getting mauled, but I think the Nazebo is going to be able to essentially finish this himself, and he doesn't decide to. He decides to go for kills, and to be fair, it's working. The Anduin goes down, Leo falls, Zagara goes down as well, and the Animaniacs come back to take game 1 of this best of 3. Let's see how long it takes for my game to catch up that, oh, it just says replay complete. Okay. Wait, it's not restarting the... Okay. So that was game 1. What a comeback there from the Animaniacs, who were down, I think, a keep even before they'd gotten 1 fort down. And I missed someone typing in chat, so I apologize. I had said earlier, I'm on a really scuffed setup right now. So Medduhu, let's see. Not one of these teams would watch the POV for this. It was grueling to watch. I can't imagine playing. Game 2 started 55 minutes after Game 1 started. Yeah, that first game was a banger. Let's see here what Game 2 is going to look like. And it looks like we are going to... What map is this? This is Infernal Shrines, okay. Let's see. Oh, you just sent it, don't worry. Oh, great. Then I didn't miss it by too much. I meant, I have my phone up so I can just check and make sure that things aren't on fire, but I should really also have the chat up as well. There we go. Let's see if the teams are on the right sides. Okay, they are again. So game 2 is best of 3, Division East. Division B East, excuse me. We have Pina Colada playing Garrosh. Tuesday's free on Malthael, fading Sheshi on Orphea. Tonley on Rhaegar, and Jaws on Sylvanas. And from right to left up a game, we have Sodium on Varian, Django on Diablo, Sir Watson this time playing Alexstrasza, Briquettes playing Falstad, and bringing up the rear, we have Asmo Don Trump on that Asmo, who has just left the game. And now they're back. Great. I really like this draft from Trolls, just because they have so much more to deal with the Falstad this time around. 3 of them have self-on stops. We see a little bit of the same here. Nice play by Pina to throw the Diablo back over before Diablo could flip somebody over the wall. It's going to be Globe talents here as we take a quick look. Wait. Did the stream not? Okay, there we go. The soak advantage early, really going to the Malthael with that Pale Horse. I mean, Varian is just not a hero that can keep up with that in any capacity. Gonna have to really rely on the Asmodan to get stacks here. Speaking of, which type of stacks is he, you ask? He is going to be split push build, so it's Greed. We see Q again from the Falstad. Don Trump gets caught out and will be the first casualty of the game. Which was the same thing I think that happened in the first game. I think he was the first to get caught out, said yeah, might be, and then ended up winning the game, so where do you guys want me? It's a fair question. And again, we have kind of double mage from the side of Animaniacs, which would be great if they had an Ana for Nano, but they don't. So I'm a little disappointed, but that's fine. Names could be a bit of a misnomer. We have Q-Build Falstad, Split Push Asmodan, Pina Colada doing a great job zoning for his team, throwing out that scary boy. Meanwhile, level 4 is online. We have a Colossal Smash Varian, so we're going to hear some yelling here. There's a throw. Pina taking a lot of damage from towers. That was a really nice dodge there from Trolls. Asmo does get pinged. Not entirely sure why. Pina lying in the bushes there, looking for something but not really finding anything. Flight is down. That's a bit surprising to see used that way. Usually you want your Falstad kind of staying here, catching this bottom lane as long as possible, then flying in. But I guess they just want to make sure they get this camp out in a timely manner, and there you go. Camp taken. Objective online. It's going to be a what? Arcane Punisher. You can see there, little Arcane Crystal on the top of the shrine. Both teams very close to level 7s. And again, this is another reason why I'd love to see the Falstad come down here. You can poke with the Asmodan for quite some time while Falstad catches this, catches you up in soak. Really like the spread here from both teams. Zoom out just a little bit farther. Oh my gosh, Pina, the MVP. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. We can go back, right? Check this out. Orpheus Quest at level 1 is very, very good if you get it stacked. And the reason it's not typically taken is because it's kind of a meme. You're not ever going to really stack it. But watch this play by Pina here. And whether this is intentional or not, we're going to say it was. Watch this throw here from Pina Colada onto the Diablo. You see the E come out from Fading Cheshi to this circle here. The throw by Garrosh actually completes the quest for Orphea. I'm sure it was totally intentional. So while Trolls4Aiur get level 7, they win the battle, lose the war again. The objective pushing in to their mid fort here. Garrosh taking a lot of damage there from the Punisher, but it's a very early objective. It's really not going to get a whole lot. I think ultimately if you end up getting the wall and a couple of towers, you're rather satisfied with that if you are the Animaniacs here. And that's exactly what happened. Meanwhile, Don Trump here in the bottom lane trying to get some stacks. Varian in the top lane probably having a really bad time into... Oh, but we have a gank attempt here. And it's I mean, I guess they knew. I guess Tuesday knew because he was way out of there. Pina Colada waiting to gank whoever steps up here. Yeah, he sees the Alex Strauss and goes, "Oh my God, please get here, team! I want to kill this thing." Django taking a lot of damage, but Spell Shield is good. Wait, surely it's a Spell Shield gamer, right? No, I'm sorry, it's Devil's Due, which is a very bold choice, especially in a Malthael. If I'm a Malthael, I'm licking my lips. Sodium able to sneak away. Kind of a weird fight. Neither team really committing one way or another to this. Alex Raza does complete her gold quest in a rather timely manner. 15 globes already at 5.5 minutes. Pretty solid. So a little bit of extra healing there on the objective. Meanwhile, Diablo trying to get blown up again, but W build is pretty good. I'm gonna zoom in a little more. That's better. That was way too far out. Pina looking for a throw, ends up landing on a Django. Good job by him queuing out, though. And now here comes Tuesday's Free, looking for an engaged. Varian, though, is here as well. Level 10's just around the corner for the side of Trolls4Aiur, and it is going to connect first. Let's see if any ults are snap-picked. Yeah, it is Last Rites, it's Ancestral Healing. We do see Crush Jaws, Mind Control, and Surely Taunt? Question mark. It is Decimate, which I don't necessarily hate either. I think I would have preferred the Lockdown, but into a Diablo can really provide a lot of value. Mind Control does land onto Sir Watson. That's just really bad luck. And down goes the healer and tank. Oh my gosh, it's a 5-man smash from Donald Trump there. Getting pretty decent value. How close are we to stack? We're at exactly 100 stacks there, 43 on that Falstad, 15 out of 30 there from Orphea. So slowly but surely we will get there. Sodium do a great job checking bushes there. You never can be too safe when you have a Garrosh on the opposing team. And unfortunately, the bottom, oh my god, I mean, just beautiful. Really well done there. Team just very much communicating with one another. I'm going to throw him, you're going to mind control him. It doesn't necessarily matter who it is. They're going to die. And now this is a very free objective for the side of Trolls4Aiur. We're up 4 kills to 0 here in the early goings of this game. Tuesday's Free going to be doing what a Malthael does and gap this objective. But wisely, here comes the Falstad and Diablo. Really nice play here from the Animaniacs, able to pick off the Malthael, kind of stop the soak bleed, if you will, and pick up an additional camp. Sylvanas has to back, which is really detrimental to this push here, because that is a lot of your siege damage. Orphea, this may shock some people, pretty trash with siege, so... But it is a Frozen Punisher, going to be able to turn off this tower and get a decent amount of... Excuse me, the structure value of the bottom towers and wall. Cheshire doing all that they can to do some damage to these towers. Big dunk almost completely clears the wave here, and it's really hard for the Trolls to get any additional value from this objective, as now it is a 4 or 5 man effort in the bottom lane from the Animaniacs to clear this Frozen Punisher out. Trolls4Aiur able to take the opponent's siege camp there, paint the map my favorite color, which is blue. Danky King the Wizard, I appreciate you so much, man. I miss playing 7 days with you guys. I don't know if you've been playing the 1.0 patch, but it's been great, and hope you and the kids are good, but I mean, we live far too close to each other to not hang out once in a while, so that's probably on me to organize that, but I appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Pina Colada looking for a gank, but Diablo was in a great position to kind of spot it here. Good unstoppable there to kind of stop any additional engage. And we're really not going to be doing a whole lot here. I mean, Asmodean's going to be stacking. He's at 180, so 200 just around the corner. It is. We didn't really talk about the ultimates from the side of the Animaniacs, but it's a Cleansing Fire, Gust again, APOC. It is Dunk, right? From Asmodan? Am I crazy? Yeah, it is Tide of Sin. And Overpower again from Varian. It's called Cleansing Flame, right? Yeah. Malthael feels threatened, ends up backing up again, and probably a good call. Both teams trying to put me to sleep here. Doing a pretty good job. But there's just really nothing to do on the map. All the camps are taken. We're really just waiting for the objective. No team has like a real crazy good engage either. Level 16 is just around the corner for both teams. Slightly in favor of Trolls4Aiur. Really nicely done there from the Falstad to get that gust off in time as Pina Colada and team had another great throw mind control combo, but not able to burst down that Diablo at 13. It's going to be even harder at 16 to kill that Diablo. Pina is looking for another throw. It does get it onto the Varian. Some of the damage does miss, but it doesn't seem to matter. That'll be enough to kill Sodium. Varian falling, unfortunately, just before this objective is supposed to pop for the side of the Animaniacs. You see Animaniacs just trying to keep some sort of position here. So maybe Asmodan can throw some pop shots at this objective. But ultimately, without Varian, there's just really nothing to do. They could do their camp. Okay. They're going to do that, no problem. Meanwhile, the objective is essentially over. It's 31-0. There's just no way they can really fight this. Again, their win condition is Gust 20. Gust 20 into an APOC into a dunk, I guess? Cleansing Flame? I don't know. I don't play enough with an Alex to know how effective she can be in a team fight. Throw just ends up missing there, and now lands the Mortal Punisher. Not a Mortal Punisher. It's an Arcane? Mortar Punisher. That's what I meant to say. Boy, Asmodan on this map is super annoying. Because you have a minion, you think you have a minion wave, and you're like, okay, we can push. No, you don't. Minion wave's just instantly gone. This bottom camp did get a decent amount of value, though. A couple of towers in wall. It's kind of fun, but you still get Tarkov. Yeah, 1.0 has been awesome. I've been playing it with a couple of friends. And it's much more difficult, I find, and yeah, I've been really enjoying the game quite a bit, even just casually. Diablo thrown over the shoulder there. Mind control does miss this time. Big dunk from the Asmodan. Ascaros tries to throw his teammate out, but Pina Colada is kind of caught here on an island. It's a beautiful Ancestral from Rhaegar. Crushing Jaws lands on Asmodan, but there's no follow-up damage, obviously. And despite nearly every ult being traded, nobody is going down here yet. Pina Colada still looking for some sort of engage. Not really finding him. No Gust used, no Cleansing Flame used. Really like to see Django get a little bit more aggressive onto this Garrosh, but without the spell shield, I think that's a really big mistake from Diablo, not taking that spell shield. Speaking of Steve and Andy, have we heard from F and Rect recently? I know he was working at, like, for Imprint or something like that, but it's been a few months since I heard from him, so I hope he's doing all right. A little bit of a push here. Diablo really, okay, just like I said, I'd like to see him get a little bit more aggressive. The mind control ends up landing onto Sodium there as he tries to smash in. So the smash gets interrupted, mind control lands on the Sodium, but nothing too terrible happening here. And it's almost like Django heard me. That's pretty crazy. So I was like, I'd like to see them trying to kill the Garrosh just a couple more times. And just like that, he just goes after him twice in a row now and finally gets a kill. So maybe they were doing some talking too, between all the downtime that they had. But you're a Diablo, man. You're scary. Especially into, well, I guess they do have a lot of percent damage, but level 16 debilitate. I'll get it. Nobody help me. I'll spell it out. Debilitating flames from Diablo. That's just insane. Slowed by 25% more and deals 50% less damage. Lands just a little bit too late. Mind control does land onto Diablo, but Diablo is a raid boss right now. There's really just nothing stopping him. Tuesday's Free getting really low. Varian coming in, trying to get a smash. Didn't even need the smash, just needed the Q. And here we see the wheels coming off a little bit for the Trolls. They lost their bottom fort. They're gonna lose most of their mid fort. Consolation prize top fort is going down for the Trolls.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Rect and Andy did a test podcast the other day. Rect had been cracking up. He's just been really busy with life. Well, that's good to hear. I'd love to have him in my life again, honestly. Miss that guy. I miss all you guys, honestly. Anyway, miss you guys. In the bottom lane, with Malthael still down, looks like they're giving objective while trying to take the bottom two towers and the wall. They do a successful job at that. Pino looking for more. Really nice gust this time from Briquettes. It's going to be a 15-second mind control, though. I mean, every time there is a mind control coming out, there's going to be some sort of gust. 26-0 this time in favor of the Animaniacs. Tuesday's Free, doing a lot of damage to Django there. Garrosh coming in, trying to get a pick, does find Sir Watson, and the Alex Strauss is the first to go down. The Ancestral does come out just in the nick of time, and Varian the next to fall. Tuesday's Free going in, trying to get some more damage done. They're trying to chase him down. Django getting really low. There's the last rights, and no soul shield equals a super dead Diablo. So it's 28-0 in favor of the Animaniacs. This is a kind of a scary push. This needs to be taken care of as somebody pings that. Tuesday's Free is going to be taking care of that. I don't know if this objective is totally lost for the Animaniacs. I don't know if I would completely give this up, but it looks like they're going to take mid, which is a good call if you're not going to try to contest top. Yeah, Briquettes wisely hitting the building while the Diablo clears the lane. A little bit backwards, but it worked nonetheless. Asmo not even going to bother trying to wait for this camp. Wait. Is he? There's a camp. You know you want to. Yeah, I honestly think this is the right thing to do. They get both camps out. This is going to be kind of a scary push. Trolls4Aiur really need to try to end here. Otherwise, they're going to have a lot less buildings to come home to. But it's a Frozen Punisher. Well, everything is on to Django right now. And it's not going to be enough. There is Gust and Souls are down as well. But that's a scary dragon. I mean, the dragon just existing there. There's the mind control finally. The Cleansing Flame gets off. And the Frozen Punisher has been really distracted here. Has not yet even started to hit the keep as it does now. Halfway down. Jump lands onto the Varian. This keep is going to fall. It's 4v5 so far in favor of the Trolls. They're looking for more. They're trying to get Sir Watson, but the... Oh, Pina just not quite able to get the... Oh, Jaws could be dead here. Ooh, that was close. That was close. He's straight up said he won't go back to Tarkov. Yeah, I don't blame him either. And I think I'm done with it too. Like, really, I can't even watch people play Tarkov anymore. Like, unless it's Trey. And I know you guys don't even... I know you guys won't even watch Trey. But, obviously, I still moderate for him, so it's in my best interest to watch him, at least from time to time. But yeah, I think I'm done with the game entirely. I think they pretty much screwed it up enough where I don't need to pick it up anymore. I'm gonna remember the good times I had, you know, watching Trey get famous and playing with you guys, and that's gonna be my memory of the game, and I'm okay with that. Big engage there. Pina Colada already at half health. Healer nowhere to be found. So Garrosh is the first to go down. Nice engage there from the Diablo with the APOC and Hellgate. And just like that, it's well, Malthael has returned. It was a 2-for-1. Now it's a 1-for-1. Asmodan is doing so much damage right now. Janko is still very vulnerable, though. Fading Cheshi still has a ton of health to play with here. Ancestral does land in time, but the Orphea goes down. Diablo is a raid boss right now. Briquette is trying to chase down the Malthael. But Diablo, great engage onto the Rhaegar, going to be able to claim his life. I can't take the game seriously. Yeah, it's... Oh, mind control ends up... Wow, well played there by Django. Able to eat the mind control, which likely would have killed the Falstad, especially if Last Right's up. Trolls4Aiur just has to stop trickling here. They can give the keep, and that's fine, but they cannot give up the game here. Varian just spawned. He's going to be looking in. Asmodan doing just so much damage. And I don't think that's what you want. Mind control does land on the Diablo, but it's kind of bait. The Falstad blows up the Sylvanas, and this is the trickling I was talking about. Now Tuesday's free, almost with that dunk, ends up dying. And is that just game? The Gust is up. Tuesday's free is getting so low. He doesn't have any healer to go home to. The Gust is there. The core is dropping. It's at 36%, 30%. And just like that, the game just kind of ends. Congratulations over to the Animaniacs. They were down bad both games and ended up coming back to win both. So well played there. 10-8 in kills in favor of the Trolls. Leading the way in damage was Don Trump with the Asmodan. And Orphea, played by Cheshi there of 72k. Once, it was like a switch hit. Diablo just decided, you know what, I'm not going to be scared of this Garrosh anymore. And what a difference just a little bit of aggression really made for the side of the Animaniacs. Really turned that game around for them. Both healing. I mean, this is a really close game all around. But that's going to do it for me. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed. Congratulations to the Animaniacs. Why is that number backwards? Oh my gosh, this is so scuffed. I will fix this at some point so that this isn't a complete piece of shit. But today is not that day. They get 2 points. Oh my gosh. Anyway, again, congratulations, Animaniacs. Thank you for bearing with me in this replay cast. They will get better, I promise. It's the first one I've ever done in a couple years. So anyway, Steve and Andy, love you guys. Hope everything's well. For NGS, my name's Eternal Blue. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the Nexus.